Yeah, baby, yeah. Though I was originally supposed to give this to you last year and didn't, but finally I'm going to give it to you. So brace yourselves as I finally give you my long awaited and overdue review of Austin Powers in Goldmember. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Yeah, baby, yeah, that's just groovy. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 2002 spy comedy flick Austin Powers in Goldmember, released by New Line Cinema and directed by Jay Roach once again. The third installment of the Austin Powers series, starring Mike Myers as the titular character, along with three roles. That's right. That includes his nemesis, Dr. Evil, as well as Fat Bastard, and, of course, the titular character of Goldmember. Also along for the ride back again are Robert Wagner, Seth Green, Michael York, Verne Troyer, and Mindy Sterling, plus Michael Caine and Beyonce Knowles in her theatrical film debut, plus Fred Savage as well. The script was written by Mike Myers and Michael McCullers. Now, the film is a loose parody of two James Bond films, Goldfinger and You Only Live Twice, also incorporating elements of other films like Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, and Goldeneye. Now, first of all, before I get into this, if you haven't seen my reviews of the first two films, which I did almost 4 years ago, I invite you to click on that card. It'll take you to the playlist so you can see my reviews of those. Give you a few more seconds. Okay. Well, the film opens with a self-parody of the Austin Powers film series called Austin Pussy, where Austin is featured in a biopic parody of the James Bond film known as Octopussy. The self parody is directed by Sir Steven Spielberg himself, starring Tom Cruise as Austin and Gwyneth Paltrow as the character Dixie Normus, Kevin Spacey as Dr. Evil, and Danny DeVito as Mimi, and John Travolta as Goldmember. And of course, they're still saying a fourth film being considered, but it is yet to enter production. But for now, let's get into the next part of the story. After that little dance bit we see, of course, we get to see cameos by Quincy Jones and Britney Spears, who, of course, contributes a little number to the soundtrack. Well, it's 2002. From his lair behind the Hollywood sign, Dr. Evil unveils to number two, Mini-Me, Frau Verbissenat, and of course his son Scott, that his plan for world domination is to travel back in time to 1975 and partner with the Dutch gold-obsessed Johan van der Smoot, who, after losing his genitalia in a smelting accident, is known by the alias Goldmember. He has developed a power unit for a tractor beam, which Dr. Evil names Preparation H, and he intends to use it to pull a meteor into the earth. Austin is on his way to watch a movie about his life, and the Ministry of Defense invades the lair and arrests Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. Queen Elizabeth II knights Austin for his service, but Austin is disappointed when his father, the famous spy Nigel Powers, doesn't attend the event. During an after party where Austin performs a little number with his band Ming T, Basil Exposition informs Austin that Nigel has been kidnapped, and the only clue is that the crew of his yacht have had their genitalia painted gold. Austin seeks Dr. Evil's help to find the culprit, But the imprisoned Dr. Evil antagonizes Austin by reminding him that his father was also absent when he was given the title of International Man of Mystery during their British Intelligence Academy graduation, an event that angered Evil due to him being the top of the class. In, well, that bit that parodies Harry Potter. He eventually tells him that Goldmember is behind the abduction, so Austin travels through time to 1975 and infiltrates Goldmember's roller disco club. He is reunited with his former lover, FBI agent Foxy Cleopatra, who is undercover. Austin locates his father but is unable to rescue him, and Goldmember takes Nigel through Dr. Evil's time machine to 2002. Dr. Evil and Mindy investigate a riot in their prison, allowing them to escape. A British intelligence mole named Number 3 informs Austin that Dr. Evil has moved to a new lair near Tokyo. Austin, accompanied by Foxy, travel to Tokyo and they confront Fat Bastard, who is now a sumo wrestler. He reveals that businessman Mr. Roboto, which of course is a take on the I think popular song from Styx, is working on a device for Dr. Evil and Goldmember. So Austin and Foxy meet with him, who pleads ignorance. And just and Austin's like, Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Allowing you. Yeah. This has so many crazy moments and what have you. And where was I? Oh, yes. Austin and Foxy infiltrate Roboto's factory, where the command unit for the tractor beam is being loaded in Goldmember's car, and Roboto gives Goldmember a golden key needed to activate the beam. Foxy confronts Goldmember while Austin attempts to free his dad, but Goldmember escapes and flees to Dr. Evil's submarine. Scott presents Dr. Evil with sharks with laser beams attached to their heads, a request that had gone unfulfilled previously in the first film. Roboto then dies when Scott causes him to fall into the shark pool. Dr. Evil replaces Mini-Me with Scott as his favorite son, and the rejected clone defects and joins Austin and Foxy. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and get to the final act and the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. The trio infiltrate the submarine, but Austin is captured. Dr. Evil prepares to activate the tractor beam, but Foxy steals the key and frees Austin. Austin prepares to shoot Dr. Evil when Nigel appears and reveals that Austin and Dr. Evil are actually brothers. Confused, Dr. Evil explains that his parents died in a car accident and he was brought up by evil Belgians. But Nigel reveals that the explosion came from an assassination attempt and he thought that only Austin survived. Dr. Evil, revealed to be named Dougie, Austin, Nigel, and Mimi embrace, enraging Scott, who leaves to pursue his own vengeance while Goldmember commandeers the tractor beam's controls, unzipping his trousers to reveal his gold-covered genitalia to be a spare key. Goldmember activates the tractor beam, but Austin and Dr. Evil work together to reverse its polarity, destroying the mirror and saving the world. Goldmember turns to the camera to reveal the entire story was adapted into a film called Austin Pussy and was directed by Steven Spielberg. Yes. Starring the people I just mentioned earlier. Upon exiting the cinema, Austin and Foxy encounter Fat Bastard, now thin but with sagging flesh thanks to the Subway diet. As Austin and Foxy kiss, Scott Evil, now completely bald, dressed and behaving as his father, declares he will get his revenge against Austin before dancing like Michael Jackson. And that's the end. But wait, just like the last film, the two films, during the mid-credits, Minnie talks with Britney Spears and she asks him if she can give him her phone number. Ooh. So what did I think of Austin Powers and Goldmember? Well, I'm going to say it's fine, what have you. Though it's been years since I last watched the Austin Powers trilogy. But these films are just outrageously crazy and zany as before. Anyway, the film did well and what have you. It surpassed the previous Austin Powers films in opening and was the fourth highest opening weekend of all time when it opened, right behind Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, even though that had been out recently, and Spider Man. The film went on to make 296 million worldwide. It made the most in the US, according to Box Office Mojo, making 213 million. Its reviews were mostly mixed like the first film. According to Rotten Tomatoes, they say while the narrative structure is messy and doesn't make much sense, the third installment of the Austin Powers franchise contains enough inspired bits to entertain. And what can I say? I really loved it. Mike Myers was once again nominated for an MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. Unfortunately, he lost to David Chase as Samara in The Ring. But however, he did win the award for Best Comedic Performance, since he lost that award for the first two films. Anyway, now of course the soundtrack came out and what have you, and was once again released by Maverick Records, just like the last film. It includes songs including Beyonce's very first soul single, Work It Out, which actually was to be included on her first album, Dangerously in Love, which would be released the following year, but it didn't. But there would be others on here. Nevertheless, there'd be a co-ed remix of Britney Spears' Boys featuring Pharrell Williams, which I didn't really think it was good. No offense. But it also had some other songs and what have you, including Earth, Wind, and Fire's Shining Star. But there were lots of others. So, anyway, I think the soundtrack wasn't too bad. They've been talking about doing a possible sequel, but they've talked about for so long and what have you. Jay Roach indicated, well, 3 years ago, that he was still interested in doing it. And Mike Myers claimed he would love to do another one, but audiences would just have to see. Yeah. So, in November 2018, Myers stated that the project's future is looking good with the script already written, that Austin and Dr. Evil will return soon, citing his parenthood as the reason for how long the production has lasted, and that Roach will most likely reprise his directorial duties. Well, we'll hope for the best if we do get it, but let's try not to jump to any conclusions or what have you, or something like that, yet. But overall, the story wasn't too bad. George S. Clinton does the score, which was good too. Now, as for our cast performances, we do have Mike Myers, of course. He's still good as Austin, Dr. Evil, of course, some fat bastard. And as Goldmember, I gotta say, he's really crazy. Beyonce Knowles, making her debut as Foxy Cleopatra, I think she was just so good in that. Michael York once again plays Basil Exposition. Really good. Michael Caine plays Nigel Powers. I have to say he was very good. Robert Wagner once again playing number 2. Seth Green back as Scott. Yeah, he gets more. He's more funnier and what have you. See, and we have Verne Troyer once again back as Mindy. and Mindy Sterling as Frau Verbissina. And then, of course, there's Fred Savage as number 3, aka the Mole, which, uh, Austin keeps saying fun because he got a giant mole on his, and what have you. Crazy. There's also, special appearances from Masioka, Clint Howard, Michael McDonald, Don Dierico, Greg Grunberg. Let's see. So many others, aside from the ones I've already mentioned. We even get cameos by the Osborne clan, uh, and Burt Bacharach, Nathan Lane, Katie Couric even, and Willie Nelson as well. Yeah. There's so many to mention, so many names. So anyway, Austin Powers in Goldmember is just so funny. But would I recommend it? I'd say, yeah, sure, go ahead. I mean, if you are a big fan, then maybe give it a watch. A one-time watch, maybe. But I'm thinking if you are big on Austin Powers, then this would be worthy of checking out more. So anyway, what did you think of Austin Powers in Goldmember? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my review of a film that I know really got a lot of hate, Catwoman. Thank you for checking this out, and if you like this, check out my reviews of these James Bond films that inspired this little film. The upper left-hand corner is my review of Goldfinger. The upper right-hand corner is my review of You Only Live Twice. Or if you would like something, one of those films that, well, had elements that were, well, featured in this film, I'd say go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Live and Let Die. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.